Let's make something delicious. For these no-fail, no-bake cookies, I'm gonna tell you everything first. You gotta get everything measured out and everything done first, because this goes like that. So, you want 2 cookie sheets. I'm using half sheet pans. And you want to top each one with a sheet of wax paper, not parchment paper, wax paper. And you want a cookie scoop or a spoon, either one will work. I'm using 1.5 tablespoon cookie sheets. Now, in this pot, we have 1 stick, which is a 1/2 cup of salted butter. Yes, I'm using salted butter this time. And I've cut that into 8 pieces. You want to cut it up instead of leaving it whole, it'll make it melt faster. Then we have 1 cup of granulated sugar, 1 cup of packed light brown sugar, and 1/4 cup of cocoa powder. We also have 1/2 cup of milk, which you will pour in with that mixture in your pot. We have a heaping 1/2 cup of peanut butter. What I mean by heaping, see how it's mounded over the sides? That's what I mean by heaping. 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract and 3 cups of oats. Now, because I am a girly who likes multiple types of texture in one cookie, I am mixing the oats. I am doing 2 cups of quick oats, 1 cup of rolled oats or old-fashioned oats. They're called both things. But as long as it amounts to 3 cups of oats, you can do all of this one or all of this one. Mix it together if you're doing both. Now let's go over to the stove and let's get started. Now, like I told you, you want to make sure you pour that 1/2 cup of whole milk in here. Now, I am using whole milk. You can use 2%. Just really wouldn't recommend using skim. I have this in a heavy bottom stainless steel saucepan. If you do not have a heavy bottom stainless steel saucepan, or you are using non-stick or something like that, you may want to turn it down lower, but I have this on medium heat. Now you want to stir this constantly until all of your butter is melted and your sugar is melted into your butter. This will take just a few minutes to get it to that point. Now our butter and our sugars are fully melted, and we still got it over medium heat. Now you want to bring this to a rolling boil, not just a little bubble here and there, not just a little bloop bloop here and there, a full boil, a full rolling boil. Now you want to keep stirring this while it comes to a boil, because you don't want this to burn. Now you are starting to see a few little bloop bloop bubbles coming up from the bottom, but it's not there yet. You want a full rolling boil on this bad boy. When I talk about a full rolling boil, I mean where it's boiling really hard, and when you stir it with your spoon or your silicone spatula, that it will not stir down, that the boil will not stop while you are stirring it. And right now, the boil is still stopping when I'm stirring. Now we are at a full boil that you can't stir down. See, no matter how much I'm stirring it, it's not stirring down. Set that timer for 1 minute. Now this bad boy, it's been 1 minute, this bad boy is taking off the heat. The minute it hits 1 minute, take that sucker off the heat. Now you add your peanut butter. Stir that in. At this point, you need to start moving quick. Now I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, roughly measured of course, and you want to stir that vigorously. Be careful of that steam, because it will burn you. Make sure all of that peanut butter is mixed in, because otherwise you will get a cookie with a lump of peanut butter in it. And unless you're a huge peanut butter fan, you may not like that. But if you are a huge peanut butter fan, then don't worry about it. We got 1 lump of peanut butter that's just being stubborn. It finally melted. So now we are going to dump in our oats. Stir this up as quick as you can, because you don't want this to get hard in the pot on you. Because they will get hard in the pot on you. So stir it quick, get all those oats mixed in. Now, make sure you stir those until you start to feel some resistance with your spoon. Now you pull your cookie sheet over here, start dropping them, and work quick. because they want to set up quick on you. Make them as big or as little as you want. For me, 1.5 tablespoon cookie scoop works perfect. But if you want them smaller, make them smaller. If you want them ginormous, make them ginormous. Whatever cranks your tractor. Now all my cookies are dropped, and see all that good stuff in the bottom of the pot? Leave that in there. That's your tester to see if it's going to get hard. Leave that in there till it starts to cool a little. Then you can scrape it out and see if it's going to get hard. And also it gets to be chef's treat. Now you leave these beauties until they are fully set up. Do not try to remove them from the pan. Do not touch them until they are fully set up. I've had it take though as little as 30 minutes. It depends on how warm or how cold your house is. The colder your house is, the quicker they're going to set up. The warmer your house is, the longer it's going to take to set up. I wouldn't really recommend putting them in the refrigerator to set them up quicker. Now these beauties are set up completely. It's only been about a half an hour. See, I can remove them from the pan easily. They want to stick to the wax paper just a little, but they will remove easily. See, isn't that beautiful? Let me break one open so you can see what they look like inside. Look at that. They're like somewhere between a candy and a cookie. And if you've never had one, they are absolutely glorious. Now these will stay good at room temperature for about a week. But I promise you they won't last that long. So remember, come back next time to Angela K's Kitchen, where I take you from gourmet to everyday and everything in between. God bless.